Will you tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming a writer?
It was the sort of typical thing of a kid who loved to read. I wanted to be a writer. And I was very lucky to have parents who worked really hard to get out of their circumstances, but they did it through medicine. So I was expected to be a medical professional at some point. So I just assumed I would never be a writer. I thought, oh, well, that's something that's very hard. You have to be really lucky. I haven't written a novel. I don't know how to do this. I, for a while, thought I was going to be a medical doctor or a nurse. My mom was a nurse. But when I went to college, I knew that I wouldn't be able to study medicine. I just didn't have I didn't want to. It's like I can't spend 4 years thinking about biology. So I majored as an English major. But again, I didn't think I would be a creative writer. I went into journalism actually. So because I thought this will pay, right? Like I can work for a newspaper or a magazine. And I did that for all through college. And I worked at our student newspaper. And then my jobs outside of college were with magazines. So I worked as an editor and a writer doing, like long form journalism, travel journalism, which is not necessarily like hard news, but is not creative writing. But I kept getting burned out on that and then going back to creative writing. So I did journalism for 2 years. And then I went back to school and got my master's in creative writing. And then after that, I had to find a job. And so I went back to journalism. And then after that, I just kind of said, like, what am I doing? I think I want to be a writer and I want to figure out how to write and to teach. I'd gotten to teach a little bit in my master's. So I went to a PhD program in creative writing and was able to kind of get my foot in the door as far as getting some writing published and building like some good fiction publications, not just nonfiction. And I got a dissertation, which is now the manuscript for my first book. Made a lot of contacts, got to teach, and knew I wanted to be a professor, and here we are.